You might not know who he is, but your Xbox 360 certainly does. Splosion Man is a fast-paced 2.5D obstacle course of fun, where your entire goal is to run. You were created in a lab, don't know what's happening, and simply touching one of the many scientists in the area will transform them from walking, talking, screaming humans into the next group of protein meats that you plan on buying in the deli aisle. This game is multiplayer, this game has some challenge, and it's fun to play either with friends or by yourself. You have a button to self-destruct, which is only helpful in the multiplayer segment. The majority, if not the rest of the buttons, are used to jump. However, Splosion Man only has a certain amount of explosive energy before he has to take a break, which causes the player to have to think before exploding everywhere. As you continue, the levels get harder, as they should, with different types of progressions, such as the classic Meat Boy style of wall jumping to progress, or the occasional level where you have to quickly, and I mean quickly, get past by jumping around, timing your jumps, and making sure you know where you're going. Otherwise, you may find yourself drowning in things such as lava, acid, or whatever the juices that the scientists drop on you. And if it's not the levels trying to kill you, then it's the occasional boss or new characters that Splosion Man has to avoid or explode to progress. Splosion Man was made by the wonderful creatives at Twisted Pixel Games. You might know them from such other games such as Splosion Man, the successor and or sequel to Splosion Man, The Maw, Comic Jumper, The Adventures of Captain Smiley, and many, many more Xbox arcade titles. They actually wanted to originally focus their time developing WiiWare titles, but quickly opted out around the time Nintendo changed the requirements to publishing on the program from being reviewed before publishing to what everyone knows today as the bottom of the barrel. Anyone can publish their trash without having to worry about quality. I'm sure you can see why they opted to go with Xbox. Quality is important, and if nobody else is producing it on the platform that you decide to publish on, then you will either be recognized for the quality you produce, or be swept under the rug like every other title as just simple garbage that your grandma finds at the $5 bin in GameStop. Splosion Man came out in 2009 right after The Maw, with commercial success launching as the second best-selling game in the week of July 20th, 2009. And by the end of 2011, the game would see sales marks of 487,000 units sold. The game also wound up with some personal controversy with Capcom due to a mobile release of theirs coming out in January 2011 called Max Splosion, which featured several similarities to Splosion Man, including game mechanics. One programmer from Twisted Pixel claimed Capcom's game to be a complete theft of Splosion Man, as they had once pitched Splosion Man to Capcom US before being rejected. Capcom, however, stated that the mobile game branch developed Max Splosion independently from Capcom US, and the similarities are purely coincidental. Right. The gameplay is pretty straightforward. In fact, if you've ever played a game like Temple Run or different types of fast-paced, straight-to-the-finish style games filled with challenges and puzzles, then you've basically played Splosion Man. There's a reason Max Splosion looks like a carbon copy of Splosion Man. One reason is because Capcom could very easily be lying about stealing the idea from Twisted Pixel, and the other is because it fits in the same genre of fast-paced time wasters. However, like many games of its nature, and what I've come to like about Twisted Pixel Games, is that every single element of their games, whether it be Splosion Man or The Maw, is just oozing with creativity, polish, and a sense of originality. Max Splosion feels like a husk craving for nutrients, with a taste of generic mobile game of the 2010s, while Splosion Man has life, charm, and due to the elements that make Splosion Man, with smart level designs, puzzles to solve, and the few tertiary levels that cause you to move on your feet or fight a boss to stay alive, it doesn't get boring fast, and makes you want to come back for more. Ever since the Simpsons Road Rage video, I wanted to find another game to talk about that just sit close to home, like that one. something that I played a long time ago that stuck with me, and while perusing through my catalog of games, Splosion Man popped into mind. You can actually still purchase the game today, along with the many other Twisted Pixel games. In fact, I have Comic Jumper on my Xbox right now, and it's as fun as I remember. And while PC users can buy Splosion Man, you can still buy Ms. Splosion Man on Steam, which is just more Splosion Man, with its own mechanics and levels and whatnot. You're not missing out if you play either or, before either or. If you have the time, enjoy what you see, and want a new game to just turn your brain off and play, then I would recommend Splosion Man. It's fun, and only $10. Anyway, that's about it. I've enjoyed Splosion Man just as much as I did from yesteryear, and, well, until my next video, stay safe, don't become deli meats. Until the next one, I'll see you guys when I see you guys.